Right, then welcome back to the Eagermans. In today's video, I want to talk about something I was reflecting on yesterday, okay, which is this idea of success being exponential. Okay, specifically, I want to compare success in the world of entrepreneurship versus success in a corporate job, okay, because although both are about growth, the way they play out in real life looks very different, in my opinion, okay, and I've got experience in both. Like, I have a corporate job in hospitality where I climbed the ladder to a certain level, and now I'm here sitting in front of this camera trying to become an entrepreneur with the Eagermans. And so I've noticed achieving success in both of these areas is actually very different. For example, when it comes to entrepreneurship, success feels impossible at the start. Okay, like success in business is literally like a rocket launching into space. At the beginning, it requires insane amounts of energy, right, just to get off the ground. You're burning fuel like crazy, and yet it feels like you're barely moving. Like this is where I am at the moment with the Eager match, right? And I feel like that's because the beginning is always the hardest, right? Whether you're trying to grow on YouTube, or start, any type of business, or the Eagermans like me, the first phase feels flat. Okay, it feels like there's nothing happening, and you're grinding, but the numbers don't show it, right? And then over time, if you stick with it, like you start to see the difference. You start to see a bit of progress, and the graph, it starts curving upwards, right? It doesn't just stay flat forever. um there comes a point where it shoots up steeply, and that's why I feel like success in the world of entrepreneurship, in the world of business, is exponential. Like today, your monthly revenue is 20K, right? Over time, as you focus more on your marketing campaigns and you build your base of customers, that then goes up to 40K, 60K, and then it just continuously it just goes upwards, right? Corporate growth, on the other hand, it feels slightly different to me. Okay, for example, let's say growing the corporate ladder in the hospitality industry, like I've done, is different to starting a business and growing that. Like at the bottom, growth is actually pretty fast, right? If you're a waiter, it doesn't take that long to become a supervisor. Sharpen your communication skills, right? Show a bit of dedication, dress good, have the right attitude, and bang, job done. Like, if you're a receptionist, you can move into a team leader or a reception manager position fairly quickly. The ladder has a lot of space at the bottom, and the steps aren't that big, right? But the higher you climb, the harder it gets. Okay, going from hotel manager to general manager isn't just another step; it's a whole another fucking leap, right? And there are fewer seats available at the top, so the opportunities shrink the further you go up in the corporate world. And whilst entrepreneurship looks exponential on the graph, a corporate career looks more the opposite of that, right? At first, it rises quickly, but then it starts to flatten out. At least that's from my own experience as a hotel duty manager, right? Who started as a waiter about 3 to 4 years ago and then sort of climbed the ladder. But look, whether you're growing in the entrepreneurial field or the corporate field, right? One thing that makes all the difference is momentum. Okay, and I feel like recording a separate and longer video on this at some stage later down the line. But momentum is essentially, it's like an avalanche, right? Rolling down a mountain. At the top, it starts as a little snowball, right? You push, and it feels small, but once it starts rolling, guys, it gets bigger and bigger, and eventually it's unstoppable. And I saw this with my own YouTube channel. Like I was at 74 subscribers for the longest time, like because I lost momentum, I stopped uploading, I procrastinated, um, so much other shit happened, and I was basically holding back my own avalanche. But once I got serious again, started uploading consistently, and stopped making excuses, the momentum, guys, it came back. In the last 3 months, I've seen more progress than in the previous 6 months, and I'm at 99 subs at the moment, right? Views have gone up massively, and that growth feels easier because I've got the momentum behind me. Okay, and it's exactly what Charlie Munger said about money. Like the first 100K is a bitch, right? That first stage, it feels impossible, but once you cross it, the momentum of compounding kicks in, right? And things start moving faster and faster. But going back to why success in entrepreneurship is exponential, look, comes down to leverage. Okay, in business, your efforts compound. Like, you build systems that keep working even when you're asleep, right? You build networks that keep expanding without you, without you manually pushing every connection, and you build an audience that multiplies your reach. Like, today I have 99 subs, right? Tomorrow I'll have 1,000, and the videos I'm uploading will always remain on YouTube, which means that I'll be attracting people towards the Eagermans even in my sleep, and I don't need anyone's permission to scale. Like, the market decides, right? If people like your product, right, your service or your content, it just spreads, okay? And um with technology, the internet, social media, like, one small effort today can reach thousands and even millions of people tomorrow. And I think that's what you call that's exponential, right? That is what I mean when I say success in entrepreneurship is exponential. Whereas on the other hand, that's not the case in the corporate world, right? Where you have to work harder and harder the more you climb the ladder. Like, firstly, there are only so many seats at the top, right? A hotel might only have one general manager. A company might only have one CEO. And when positions are limited, it doesn't matter how good you are. There's still a bottleneck, right? Second, in corporate growth, like, you're dependent on decision makers, right? You can't just scale your way into the next role. Someone has to approve you, right? Promote you, or even open a new position, and that slows things down a bit. I've seen that happen numerous times in my career. But at the end of the day, neither path is wrong, right? Some thrive in the corporate world. Some people are built for entrepreneurship, but what matters is knowing which game you're playing. And it's important because the strategies in both these games are different. So if you're an entrepreneur, your biggest job is to survive the early grind, and keep building that momentum until the exponential curve takes off, right? Whereas if you're in the corporate world, your biggest job is to stand out, right? To build influence, and be patient, because the higher you go, the slower the climb gets, right? But anyway, I thought I'd quickly record a video on this topic, right? It's something different. It's I don't usually speak about this sort of stuff, but I feel like I should start discussing these topics more on this channel. I feel like there's a lot of people out there, especially the young guys, that will find a lot of value from these type of videos. So plus I enjoy talking about entrepreneurship and the corporate world, leadership, mindset, all that stuff. So anyway, take care, and I hope you found some value in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.